My first camp was in 1981, and I came here with Screen International. Peter King was the publisher. I ended up having an incredible time after the first 2 days. I actually, by mistake, brought an ad that I thought we needed, and they were so lucky because we printed here, and I didn't know much about printing in Canada at the time. I'd left the Hollywood Reporter to come here to the Screen International. And I just happened to bring Patrick's ad, who they were going to run, but no one asked me to bring it. I said, you know what, this looks like we need it. So we were able to run for his, I think it was Columbus actually, but we were able to run his ad at the time when he needed it. So that was one of the first things that was lucky for me that I did. My favorite film was Abel Gantz's Napoleon, and it was on the huge round, what is it called, Cinerama screen here, and Carmine Coppola had done the music, and I was floored by this beautiful film. And I had never seen it before, so this was the first time I had ever seen the film on top of all the new things they did with the music by Carmine. We had a booth down in the on the water, and it rained so hard it completely knocked out the pavilion. But there was a huge conference in there that day, and slowly but surely the tent started lowering, and then the water just poured in, and then our office was over a foot in water. This was only a few years ago, and we all looked at each other and we said, "Oh well." However, the worst part was the guy who had the conference there had paid for everything up front. So when he paid for everything up front, we ended up having to work out how to work this out. And he had done the ads for it, he had done everything. But to make a long story short, it all came out perfectly fine. I think one of the most exciting things that ever happened to me was Saul Zaentz, when I met Saul Zaentz here. And you know, I thought he's one of the greatest filmmakers ever. Not just for Cuckoo's Nest, but for everything he had done. And I sat to talk with him, and he was like the real human being. And you know, all of these people you feel are untouchable because they're not what you perceive. They're not distant. They're real people. And he showed me for the first time that it was a great transition to understand that these were regular people making films. And I thought that made an impact in my life, because you no longer felt like you were out of the industry, you felt like you were in the industry.